Hey guys, this is Carl Brown from GL365 Academy. A lot of requests this week for a Post Malone song. I've never done one before, so I thought, hey, I'm going to jump on this because I felt like I'm kind of in an acoustic mood this week. So I'm going to do his new Circles here. It's a pretty simple song. It's got some interesting chord voicings in it, though. That could be a little bit challenging here or there, but hopefully you'll be able to get through it pretty quick. Just a couple of chord progressions to do in all, so we should be able to get through this pretty quick. If you have not followed the channel, please do, and when you do, ring the little notification bell so you know when I release a new video. I release them quite a few every week, so it's pretty busy. A lot of good stuff coming out. And thank you to anybody that has joined the channel, become a member of this channel, supported it with a small monthly donation. It's really easy to do. Just click the little join button if you haven't already, and that'll help me keep these free videos coming out for many years to come. And check out my Guitar Academy too, at guitarlessons365.com. So let's get going here. We are in standard tuning, and we're going to start here with the intro was slightly different a little bit than the verse, how it's played, just slightly. So let's just kind of go through the basic chords that he's doing. He starts this progression, which is the intro, but also the verse of the song, with a C major 7th chord. So what that is just a basic C major chord, right? Just pick up your first finger. And so you have an open B string. It's just simple, a down, up, down, up, down, up strumming pattern he does. And then what he does, he goes to a G major 7th chord in first inversion. Now he plays this like the first time you hear him do this, and then the rest of the time it's usually he doesn't do that. So what it is we have like a G major chord, but it's the second fret of the low on the A string, then the open D, open G, and then the third fret on the B string. So that's kind of the standard shape that we're going to be playing. But the first time he plays it, he's going to add this F sharp on top. All right, so that's going to make it a major 7th chord. So you hear this from the C major 7. All right, so you usually don't see major 7th chords played like that, so it's pretty nice. Then we have another major 7th chord voicing. Now, how you have to play this, if you want the full bass notes in there, is you have to play the first fret on the low E string with your thumb. Or you can just omit it and not play, just play the F like this. You can also do it like 3rd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G string, 1st fret on the B string. Key here is, why we can't do a bar, is because we want that high E string to be open. So if I want to add the F in the bass, you'll have to crawl your first finger over. I mean, not your first finger, your first thumb. So crawl your thumb over and grab the first fret on the low E string. So then you can strum all 6 strings if you do that. But if not, still sounds fine. Leaving that 6th string out, just make sure you mute it. And then from here, very interesting little change. He changes from this F major 7 to F minor chord. So that is a full bar now at the 1st fret, with your 3rd fret there, 3rd fret on the A, and the 3rd fret on the D string. So we have this so far. Alright, so that sometimes they can really be understated when they bring that in, that F minor, because it's a pretty big change, and then sometimes it's very light and you can barely hear it, but it's there. So we have then we start over, but when we get back to this G chord with the B in the bass the second time through, instead of having that 2nd fret there on that F sharp on the high E string, just leave the high E string open. And And that's how he's going to play it for most of the verses for the remainder of the song. So it's just kind of that intro. He kind of spiced it up a little bit. So the second time through the chords, the same way, without that F sharp. Then that F major 7, you're going to hold this though, not change to the F minor. And then what you're going to do is you're going to jump to a G major chord. Now, you're going to do this. You don't have to put anything on the high E string. You still let that ring open. But you're going to have the third fret on the B string. So we have the third fret on the low E and the A, and the second fret on the A, sorry. Open D, open G, third fret there on the B. You hit that and then move it to just lift up that to get the open B in there. So it comes from the... And then you start over the whole rhythm. So it just kind of repeats that the same way. So you can see that rhythm is going through that chord progression twice, and that ending is different. Instead of going the first time through, it's just that F sharp, that F major 7 to the F minor, and then when you go through the chords again, it's that F major 7 held a little bit longer, and then to that G. All right, so that is all we really have whenever you hear the verses. A lot of starting and stopping. Some of this, like then he goes in the verses, no instrumentation, and then you'll hear the acoustic guitar come back in. You'll hear that come back in, right? So you'll hear starting and stopping. So these two chord progressions that I'm playing, sometimes you'll hear him just stop on one chord just suddenly. So if you know the song pretty well, you might be like, he might just stop on the F, you know? So just be prepared for when you hear that. It's just kind of just cutting the progression that you already know, just kind of cutting it short, and then it'll usually start back over again. All right, so then we have the actual chorus of the song, which is based around a lot of the same chords, but in more kind of a simple way. Not so many, no sevenths and stuff. So it's just like this. So it's just a lot of that. So we just have a C major chord, not a C major 7, C major chord. And then we go to this G major. So it's like playing a G major, right, that we did earlier, but you don't have the low E string there. So it's just from the 5th string. So this D is in the bass. So that's what kind of gives that chord kind of its moving quality to it. It doesn't sound very stable, even though it's just a standard G major chord. And that's being in first inversion, which is what makes it sound unstable. And then it resolves to the F major chord. When it gets back to the verse, it goes back to those 7ths. That's how you end it. Anyway, so it's a great song there. So it's climbing the charts. So I thought it'd be a good, fun one to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.